Hey guys, I'm here to read our last One Book, One School for grades K through 2. We're finishing up our cultural books with our last Native American story. This one is called Jingle Dancer, and it's about a little girl named Jenna who is a member of the Muskogee or Creek Nation, Native Americans of Creek. There were actually some of that tribe close by here. And there's a special dance that they do called a jingle dance. And Jenna is wanting to get enough jingles for her dress so that she can participate in a powwow. And the powwow is kind of like a dance or a party that they would get together and to do these dances. So we're going to start Jingle Dancer by Cynthia Lettich Smith. Tink, 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 sang cone-shaped jingles sewn to Grandma Wolf's dress. Every grandma bounce step brought clattering tinks as light blurred silver against jingles of tin. Jenna daydreamed at the kitchen table, tasting honey on fry bread, her heart beating to the brum, brum, brum of the powwow drum. So if you look at grandmother's dress, you can see the little pieces of tin and jingles hanging off of it. That's what makes the sound when she is dancing. As moon kissed sun goodnight, which means as it's turning nighttime, Jenna shifted her head on Grandma Wolf's shoulder. I want to jingle dance too. Next powwow, you could dance girls, Grandma Wolf answered. But we don't have enough time to mail order tins for rolling jingles. So you can tell by looking at their house, these are modern day Native Americans. So these aren't Native Americans that of the past. They're not living in teepees or any of the traditional housing. They are living in a house just like everybody does here. But they're keeping their tradition of the jingle dance in order to remember their culture. So when Grandma told Jenna she could dance girls, that means that she can dance the girls' part of the dance. Again and again, Jenna watched a videotape of Grandma Wolf jingle dancing. When Grandma bounce-stepped on TV, Jenna bounce-stepped on the family room carpet. But Jenna's dress would not be able to sing. It needed 4 rows of jingles. As sun fetched morning, so as the sun's coming up, Jenna danced east to Great Aunt Sis's porch. Jenna's bounce steps crunched autumn leaves, but her steps didn't jingle. Once again, Great Aunt Sis told Jenna a Muskogee story about Bat. Although other animals had said he was too small to make a difference, Bat won a ball game by flying high and catching a ball in his teeth. Rising sunlight reached through a window pane and flashed against, what was it, hanging in Aunt Sis's bedroom? Jingles on a dress too long quiet. So if you look in the background, you see the dress hanging there, and here are jingles hanging on it. And it's been too long quiet. That means nobody has worn it and used it to dance for a long time. May I borrow enough jingles to make a row? Jenna asked, not wanting to take so many that Aunt Sis's dress would lose its voice. You may, Aunt Sis answered, rubbing her calves. My legs don't work so good anymore. Will you dance for me? I will, said Jenna with a kiss on Aunt Sis's cheek. Now Jenna's dress needed 3 more rows. As sun arrived at mid-circle, so noon, Jenna skipped south to Mrs. Scott's brand new duplex. At Jenna's side, jingles clinked. Miss Scott led Jenna into the kitchen. Once again, Jenna rolled the dough, and Miss Scott fried it. May I borrow enough jingles to make a row? Jenna asked, not wanting to take so many that Mrs. Scott's dress would lose its voice. You may, Miss Scott answered, tossing flour with her apron. At powwow, I'll be busy selling fry bread and Indian tacos. Will you dance for me? I will, said Jenna with a high five. Now Jenna's dress needed 2 more rows. As sun caught a glimpse of moon, almost evening, Jenna strolled west to Cousin Elizabeth's apartment. At Jenna's side, jingles clanked. Elizabeth had arrived home late from the law firm. Once again, Jenna helped Elizabeth carry in her files. So in today's world, Native Americans have the same kind of jobs as all other Americans. Her aunt is a lawyer. May I borrow enough jingles to make a row? Jenna asked, not wanting to take so many that Elizabeth's dress would lose its voice. You may, Elizabeth answered, burrowing through her messy closet for her jingle dress. This weekend I'm working on a big case and I can't go to the powwow. Will you dance for me? I will, said Jenna, clasping her cousin's hands. Now Jenna's dress needed 1 more row of jingles, but she didn't know which way to turn. As moon glowed pale, Jenna shuffled north to Grandma Wolf's. At Jenna's side, Jingles sat silent. High above, clouds wavered like worried ghosts. When Jenna tugged open the door, Jingles sang, tink, 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 tink. Grandma Wolf was jingle dancing on TV. Jenna breathed in every hey-ah-ho-oh of a powwow song. Her heart beat brum, 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 brum to the pounding of the drum. On family room carpet, beaded moccasins waited for Jenna's feet. She shucked off a sneaker and slipped on a moccasin that long before had danced with Grandma Wolf. Jenna knew where to find her 4th row. I love Native American moccasins. Look how cool that shoe is. When I was a kid, I always loved to wear them. You could buy them in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, or close to the Cherokee Reservation in North Carolina, and I always loved them. May I borrow enough jingles to make a row? Jenna asked, not wanting to take so many that Grandma Wolf's dress would lose its voice. You may, Grandma said with a hug. Now Jenna's dress could sing. Every night that week, Jenna helped Grandma Wolf sew on jingles and bring together the dance regalia. Every night, Jenna practiced her bounce steps. So they're working on Jenna's dress. Brum, 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 sounded the drum at the powwow the next weekend. As light blurred silver, Jenna jingle danced for Grant Aunt Sis, whose legs ached. For Miss Scott, who sold fry bread. For Elizabeth, who worked on her big case. And for Grandma Wolf, who warmed like sun. Tink, 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 tink. Okay, so Jenna got her jingles and she got to participate in the powwow and dance. So for your challenge for this book, I want you to learn some things about a powwow. Sometimes they have some close by here, I believe maybe in Richmond, Kentucky. So see what you can learn about a powwow, and if your family ever goes to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, maybe take a drive over to the Cherokee Reservation in North Carolina. It's right on the edge of the state, and see if you can learn some things about the Cherokee tribe that lives there. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.